if Bamanga leaves, if Bamanga resigns, it will not solve the problem that they want.
Do you think he will resign?
Well, under the circumstances, I really don't know. We have to leave it to him.
I thought Chamberlain was going to ask you if he has resigned, even though we saw him say that because, well, before 4 p.m. yesterday, the news was that he's resigned before Channels broke that news again on the news at 10, where he said, well, he hasn't resigned. Some say he has resigned. We're just yet to get full confirmation of that resignation. So has he resigned?
You should have
because you're a member.
With your sources.
Because this is part of the whole.
There's no need to speculate.
In it.
There's plenty of time. Again, he's not in government. He is the leader of a party. He was not elected by Nigerians.
We know.
He was elected by members of the political party. That's why I said you're blowing this thing out of proportion.
How? By talking about the developments of the
Why
PDP?
don't you talk about parties where they don't have elections?
No, well, we will talk about what we will talk about, but this is a ruling party.
About the wrangling within the political party.
Well, this is a ruling party, and so if they get it wrong, there's every tendency that the country will suffer from it.
Get what wrong?
If they don't get the internal democracy and how they run their affairs wrong.
The reason why we have this wrangling is because we have internal democracy.
With governments leaving and storming out, and members of the National Assembly.
That is democracy. They have a right to exercise their free will.
Mr. Pearse,
if they want to go to another party, for whatever reason, now you know what's going to happen. When they go to this other party, then they'll know. This other party will know that they are welcome people that will destroy them. If they have no respect, if they have no respect for law and order, what was Bamanga doing?
You just said there's democracy. They have a right to do that. How does that mean disrespect?
No. What happened was, in the PDP, Bamanga was insisting on respect for law and order. Each one of these governors, if you look at the reasons they said they left the PDP, very disgraceful, very self-centered, without any principles.
Even though you say they have a right.
Of course they have a right.
Yet you say it's
They
disrespectful.
have a right. Yes, they have a right. You have a right to be an armed robber. But when you are caught, you pay the price.
Yeah, but you have to give them the benefit. I mean, due respect to them, but they're not found in any of these circumstances. They've got a right to leave.
They have a right, but again,
but we shouldn't paint them black because they left. This is what
you must do.
Are you painting them black because they left the party?
Your responsibility to the public is to evaluate the principles, the motivations behind actions of government officials.
Are you upset because the members left the party?
I am not upset. We've had this. It happens. This is a democracy. PDP is a very large party. It has room for everybody. We have enough to continue. Let's see what happens.
Let me bring this in. What if the chairman, Bamanga 2 resigns? Yes. Wouldn't those who left the party have been vindicated? Vindicated how? By saying we want him out. Yes. They would have been vindicated, right? What would that mean? That they were right in demanding that he left? Yeah, because they say he was being high-handed, he was not respecting the principles of the party, the constitution of the party, and he was not carrying people along. So if he resigns now, wouldn't they have been vindicated all the while? I don't believe so. Because if they, unless they come back to the party, because you must understand that one of the things behind
Unless they come back, how?
One of the things behind their defection, what caused the problem with Bamanga 2 fundamentally was that most of these governors agitating for a Lamido Amechi ticket for 2015. That's the original problem.
You consider that for sure?
I know for sure.
Okay.
You should know by now.
Yeah, everybody knows you're a member of PDP.
No. You know.
We'll give it
it's been in the newspapers. A lot of people have spoken about it. It started.
But you know, there are lots of denial. So it's if party members say that's what we present.
Well, that's what it is.
Okay.
That's where it all started. And because of that, they disagreed with Bamanga. If you want to have elections in your state, as in the case of the Adamawa, former Adamawa, former Adamawa governor was not affected. And you don't have the upper hand because you have to deal with Pt.2, you have to deal with Atiku. There's so many people competing with you there. And because you don't get the upper hand, you get angry, you say you are defected. That's what Iyako did.
It's amazing. Mr. Pearse was here yesterday.
That's what Iyako did.
And he said this is not the case. We put the same question to him.
To who?
To Ahmed Saju, Director of Press, Adamawa State Government House, where Governor Iyako is governor. And he said that's not true. And now,
what did he say?
And he's in the PDP. And he says, look, it's just because the chairman was just being high-handed. But now that they've left the party...
High-handed enough to let you defect and leave your party.
He says, now that the governor has left...
It's a choice. You say let you, he doesn't have restraint over you. You're free to go. Isn't that what you said earlier?
Sure.
Good. So the man that said he was high-handed, it could be that he was high-handed.
What I'm saying is, being high-handed, what does that really mean? I'm telling you what it means.
Okay.
The way Iyako saw it is that he used his influence as national chairman to have his way in the structure of the party. But in a democracy, you compete. The fact that you don't get your way does not mean that you leave the party.
Mr. Pearse, you see, what you said earlier about the national chairman staying for 2 years, 1 year, and they move because you allow for democracy.
Yes.
Isn't that the reason why sometimes the people you elect into office do not perform because they are distracted by party politicking?
I did not say that our governors stay for 2 years and leave.
I didn't say so.
You say, but
I said, is it not why? Is that not why? Is it not possible that the governors and even your legislators get distracted by party politicking so much that they do not have time to perform?
No. The governors are not. They're not the ones that are involved in this party. The problem is there's another issue. You heard what the person your last guest was saying about governors. That's another issue entirely. Governors are too powerful. They're too powerful in this country.
Okay.
And then
the party leadership don't like that.
Well, it's not good for democracy.
But does the party leadership like that?
It is not good for democracy.
Does the party
leadership like it?
Okay.
Why would the president be happy with governors who hold him ransom at every corner?
But they have a right to air their views.
Well, they have a right to be dictators too. They have a right to be despots. Does that make it democratic?
Well, Ismaila Jibrin says to remind you that Amadu Ali spent 4 years as chairman of the PDP, not 2. You said all chairmen spent 2 years.
Amadu Ali, what year was that? 2005 to 2007.
2 years, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
2005 to 2007.
So Ismaila didn't tell us if he's a member of PDP.
It doesn't matter. These are facts.
Okay.
You know, actually, you know, before we leave Chimulene, because I really wanted just to get something from Mr. Adetokunbo Pearse, knowing full well that you, apart from being a political analyst, you're a PDP member. We wanted to see how this would be sorted out. We talked about cleansing, and people are a little bit concerned to see if truly this will be sorted out, because they say your party is losing membership by the day. So do you think this would also affect the electorates?
That's why I gave the example of what has happened in the past. We have our internal disagreements. At the end of the day, we agree to disagree. We respect each other's opinion, and we move on, and we communicate to the electorate that the reason why we've had all this turbulence is because we are not sweeping anything under the carpet. We are not trying to hide our shortcomings from you. We are telling you how we agree, and this is going to make PDP stronger. Always does. And that's why at the end of the exercise, whether Pt.2 stays or goes, the party is bigger than any individual. And the party will go on, and it will prepare for the next election and win again.
All right, Mr. Femi Pearse, political analyst.
Adetokunbo Pearse.
I beg your pardon. Adetokunbo Pearse.
Yes.
And the political analyst, political analyst and the member of the PDP. Thank you for coming on today.
Thanks so much for having me.